This morning, a consumer warning about a new scam that has hit the Suncoast.
And distracted driving has become one of the #1 causes of crashes right here on the Suncoast. We're telling you how you can protect yourself in a few ways you can keep these things from being the distraction on the road.
And yet another burn ban thanks to those dry conditions. We're going to tell you which counties this new one affects. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5.
Good morning, early risers. You met somebody who likes that expression?
I did, yes. Good morning, Michelle from Walgreens. It was nice to meet you the other day. She says she calls herself one of those early risers that watches everyone.
We've got viewers in St. Petersburg as well.
We do, actually. I've been downtown in St. Petersburg where I run into Sarasota viewers as well. So good morning to all of you that wake up with us right here on Good Morning Suncoast. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. Thursday, April the 5th, and I peeked at John's maps. Looked like we're heading toward another nice day here in the Suncoast.
Gorgeous.
Yes.
Absolutely gorgeous. Did you notice it felt a little bit cooler out there this morning? Mostly because the wind, I think, added a little bit of a breeze that kind of cooled things down just a tad. The dew points are about the same as they were 24 hours ago at this time, but they'll be falling as well during the morning hours, so it'll feel, I think, the air a little less humid today. We had a frontal boundary move through, and it really didn't do a whole lot in terms of bringing us any rainfall, although we really could use some. And we'll get some more chances as we progress through the next couple of days. We'll be talking about that in just a second. There's our frontal boundary kind of sinking southward, clearing the state later on today. High pressure building in behind it, really removing the chance of any kind of rainfall for us today. A lot of sunshine, blue skies, nice wind out of the north, breezy wind, lower humidity air coming our way. Should be a gorgeous afternoon. 68 degrees in Sarasota, 66 in Parrish, Bradenton. Wauchula coming in at 67. Let's see, Mayaca at 67, Lakewood Ranch at 67. So a pretty nice start to the day. We'll top it out today, probably around the 81 degree mark, something like that. A lot of sunshine, wall-to-wall sunshine, and little in the way of any rain chance, probably for the next 3 days. Then things change a little bit, and we'll talk about that coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon. Thank you, John. Some early issues in Manatee County. First off, you notice northbound there on the bridge, the DeSoto Bridge, northbound toward Palmetto. Some congestion there. If you can avoid that and take the Green Bridge, might be a better idea right now northbound. Also, you'll see there an accident already on 14th Street West at 53rd Avenue, so be aware of that this morning. We'll check back on that in about 15 minutes. Let's check farther south now into the northern half of Sarasota County. You'll notice at the very top of your screen there, southbound on 301 as you head toward University, as you pass Whitfield and Talavas. Issues there. Otherwise pretty clear, and checking our final maps to the south, we'll see in that area one little blip there around the bypass at 41 in Venice. Otherwise all clear at 503. President Trump has cleared the way for the National Guard to head to the U.S.-Mexico border.
The Trump administration says the deployment could begin immediately, and most governors along the border do back that plan. ABC's Arlette Sines has a story from Washington.
President Trump is making his surprise announcement official.
We're going to be guarding our border with the military.
Signing a proclamation for the National Guard to head to the border.
We do hope that the deployment begins immediately.
The Trump administration has provided little detail. No word on the cost, how many troops they'll send, or for how long.
It will be strong. It will be as many as is needed to fill the gaps that we have today, is what I can tell you. So we'll go through and make sure.
The National Guard won't act as law enforcement. They can't detain illegal border crossers. Instead, they'll serve in a support role, like conducting aerial surveillance.
And it's something that's needed, especially out here in Arizona, where we're still responsible for close to 50% of all the drug seizures in the entire country. It's a big deal to have that extra eyes, so the agents can take the time to patrol, the areas of the field.
The White House says the president is frustrated Congress hasn't done more to secure the border, but the administration is touting progress on his border wall.
To us, it's all new wall. If there was a wall before that needs to be replaced, it's being replaced by a new wall. So this is the Trump border wall. In many cases, it will...
Replacing current wall would count as new wall in your words.
Yes, it would.
As for the National Guard, they have been sent to the border before, in 2006 under President Bush and 2010 by President Obama. The total cost for those two operations, more than $1.3 billion. Arlette Sines, ABC News, Washington.
Well, it's a problem that's on the rise across the state and here on the Suncoast. Are you intoxicated while driving? It's texting while driving, and April is Distracted Driving Awareness Month.
The state says drivers between 20 and 24 are responsible for the highest number of crashes caused by distracted driving. Marla Spence is live now with details on how you can stay safe behind the wheel. Marla?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Distracted driving is something that most of us do every day. We use devices like this when we hop in our cars. We even drink coffee, we put on our makeup, and even pay attention to the backup cameras on our cars. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, distracted driving has gone up on the Suncoast by 25% since 2013. A state trooper tells us distracted driving is not only taking your eyes off the road, but also taking your hands off the wheel and your concentration. We spoke to a driving instructor on the Suncoast who teaches his students how to drive defensively and to avoid crashes and be ready for any possible problem.
I tell my students the glove compartment or in the trunk. We always tell our teenagers, especially when they get their license, please don't drive with other teens for at least 3 months or 6 months preferably, because they don't realize that they can be distracted so easily.
And coming up at 5:30, we're going to be telling you about a few apps that you can put right here on your device to help enable it, or disable it rather, when getting behind the wheel. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, Marla, thank you for the latest on this story and breaking news and the forecast. Check out our app. It's under My Suncoast or WWSB.
More dry conditions here on the Suncoast, and another burn ban has gone into effect, this one from the Sarasota County Fire Chief. The weather is still causing an increase in wildfire risk, and firefighters have already seen an increase in the number of calls for those wildfires. Now, this new recreational burn ban means that no one can burn campfires or fire pits, but you still can have cooking fires using a grill, coals, and propane. The fire chief asks that anyone who does so must make sure that they cool any hot coals.
We're in a very severe drought within Sarasota County. Our Keach-Byram index is telling us that we're above 500. When it's above 500 in that index, everything is very dry, tinder conditions, and things can start very rapidly and progress very rapidly.
So how long will that burn ban be in effect? Well, it's going to stay there until these dry conditions improve.
And the city of Northport also has an outdoor burning ban right now. Charlotte County Commissioners also passed an emergency ordinance on banning outdoor burning last week. That includes yard waste, recreational fires, fireworks, and sparklers. The ban does not include outdoor barbecues or burn permits that are issued by the State Forest Service.
Another man is behind bars this morning thanks to a joint investigation by the Manatee County and Sarasota County Sheriff's Offices. Jason Larrabee, this man right here, is charged with 8 counts of transmission of child pornography. The investigation is still ongoing. Anyone who has more information about this case or has been in contact with him should contact Manatee County Sheriff's Office. And a new phone scam has hit us here on the Suncoast. This newest one involves a fake call from the Sheriff's Office. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says they've received 2 reports just this week of a caller claiming to be a Lieutenant Paul Kruger. During the call, the scammer tells victims they have an outstanding warrant and owe the Sheriff's Office money. Now, obviously, the real Sheriff's Office wants you to know there is no deputy by that name, and they would never call you and demand payment of any kind over the phone.
Happening today, USF Sarasota Manatee is hosting a financial literacy day on the campus. The event starts at 8 a.m. It's an all-day event, includes panelists and sessions. The event is open to the public. $50 per person, $25 for students, and who here couldn't use some more financial literacy?
Right, and as a parent, oh my gosh, get your kids started young in financial literacy. There's actually classes that teach kids about checking and savings at very young ages.
That's a great idea.
Very good thing, very good thing.
5:09, still ahead, first alert traffic, and why the number of children entering Florida's foster care system has grown. There's a reason now.
Plus, coming up a little later in the hour, you are going to need a bigger boat. A great white shark flips the tables on police in Australia and follows them instead. We've got this great video straight ahead for you.
Mark that as a job I don't want. We have across the region some beautiful conditions for your morning commute. None of the inclement weather boxes are checked. Rain, fog, wind, temps, all good this morning. We're looking at temperatures as you head out the door in the upper 60s. When you come home this evening, they'll be in the low 80s. Rain-free during both times. Should be beautiful. As far as any of the airports serving the Sarasota International Airport, all the hubs running on time, according to the FAA. We'll be right back with your weather.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Here's something we bet you didn't know. Nearly half of all cancers can be prevented. That's right, half. Nearly 50%, mostly by making small everyday changes in your diet and controlling your weight, walking more, eating less, and eating foods that help you and your family to seriously reduce the risk of cancer. And of course, by not smoking. Visit the Cancer Prevention Together We Can website and get a free 30-day planner filled with tips, recipes, stats, and more about protecting your family. Go to prevent50.org.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs. And you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals, and I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
Now, your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
We have a 68-degree air temperature and plenty of starshine out there this morning. Big, beautiful moon as well, and fairly clear skies. Dew point a little bit lower than it was 24 hours ago, so that's the good news. It has already started to fall this hour. We're at 62. Just last hour, the dew points were higher than that. So we are looking at a condition with that northeast wind of a little bit more of a crisp feel to the air for today, and probably for tomorrow as well. And then things will start to get a little bit more humid again as we head into Saturday, and we'll work in another chance of rainfall Saturday night. Forecast for today calls for temperatures across the region to start out in the 60s most everywhere. I think we could have some 70s as we head into the next hour right along the immediate beaches, but we're looking at 67 degrees in Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Parrish at 66, Bradenton at 66, Lakewood Ranch at 67, and then closer to the coast, you've got 68 degrees in Inglewood, Venice, and Longboat comes in at 69. Temperatures will probably rise under the influence of full sunshine to around 81 degrees today. Sunny, blue skies, no chance of rainfall. It should be a very nice day indeed. These are beautiful, beautiful days, and we should really love them because it won't be long before we get those temperatures that are in the upper 80s and high relative humidity. By 7 p.m., 76 degrees out there. Looking at the futurecast going hour by hour, north wind will be the name of the game today. That north wind drawing down that slightly less humid air. And then the sky cover looks pretty good as we head into the afternoon. Lots of sunshine around. Winds turn a little bit more to the northeast as we head into the later part of the afternoon, but still that's a dry wind for us. Temperatures topping it out in the lower 80s most everywhere. Could get some mid-80s in inland areas, and then as we head into the evening again, should be a beautiful sunset. North wind will continue. It'll be a little bit of a breezy day today. Watch for that. But maybe a few clouds working their way in during the overnight tonight. And the reason for the clouds will be a little trough of low pressure that will develop along the coastline. But other than that, that trough will certainly not produce any rainfall for us, only those few fair weather clouds. The frontal boundary continues to press southward, maybe a few showers over on the Atlantic coast, but that's it. Southern tip of the state may get a thunderstorm. We get nothing like that. We are dry as a bone out there right now and will continue to be so. Across the United States today, the eastern seaboard is pretty quiet but cold. Chilly air filtering southward around an area of high pressure that sits right along the Atlantic coast will draw down through the Ohio Valley and into the heartland. Temperatures in the 20s today. Ouch. Another low pressure area back to the west will advance in this direction. As it does that, it should drag a cold front through here on Saturday night into Sunday morning, and that'll bring us another chance of some rainfall. Then a series of little disturbances will move through here on Monday, Tuesday, and bring us chances of rainfall then as well. So we do have a chance at getting a little bit of much needed rainfall across the state over the next 5 days or so. So that's good news. But otherwise, for the next couple of days, that high pressure ridge will be the name of the game, directing all of our weather. Sunny, breezy, mild, rain-free into Saturday. And then the next rain chance probably won't come until the second half of the day on Saturday. So most of Saturday is going to be just fine anyway. Looks pretty good. Boating weather today, well, you'll catch a little wind under your hat today. We'll look for a north wind coming in at about 5 to 10. Increasing to 10 to 15 during the afternoon and early evening. 81 today, 83 tomorrow, 82 on Saturday as we start to cloud things up just a little bit and work in that chance of rain showers during the nighttime into Sunday morning. And then things probably clearing out Sunday afternoon. Looks like a pretty nice day on Sunday afternoon as well. So most of the weekend going to be A-OK. Then as we head into Monday and Tuesday, we get another frontal boundary that comes through here, and that one brings us again a chance of some rainfall. None of these fronts really knock down our temperatures all that much. We stay close to the 80-degree mark right straight through next week. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic this morning. We're starting to already have some slowdowns right there on 301 and State Road 70, as we typically see a little bit later on in the morning. There's also some congestion if you're crossing the bridge into Bradenton area as well. Heading south and farther into Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad at all this morning. No real slowdowns at this time so far. If we're heading a little bit farther south in the area, those roads are looking pretty decent. No real gridlock or congestion at 517. That is your first alert traffic.
Happening in Florida, the number of kids entering Florida's foster care system has grown nearly 14% in the past 2.5 years to 32,000 children now. Welfare experts say the spike is likely due to the state's opioid epidemic, which is affecting many parents. The drugs are also leading to child abandonment and neglect. Advocates feel the child welfare system was already overloaded before this opioid crisis began a few years ago.
If you talk to the people in court, the attorneys, the volunteers, what they will say is these children coming into care are because of opioid addiction, and many of these children are newborns to under 3 years old.
And he feels more services are needed on the front end to prevent parents from ever getting addicted to drugs in the first place. He says by the time a call gets to the state child welfare hotline, most children have already faced serious trauma. 5:18, switching gears, time now to visit one of the area's top golf courses.
ABC 7's Scott Dennis takes us to Laurel Oak Country Club.
Welcome to Laurel Oak Country Club on a blustery day, but a nice day. Assistant golf professional Brett Miller, thanks for having us out today. We're going to play, I guess, against the wind a little bit today on a challenging par 5. Tell us about this hole, Brett.
So we're on number 9 of our East Golf Course here, and it's a very scoreable par 5. It's a slight dogleg left, pretty generous fairway, and some challenges up at the green with some water on the right side. Great hole.
Let's tee it up.
Good ball.
There you go. Nice shot, Brett.
Nice ball. That's a little high into the wind there.
Oh, I caught it thin. And there it goes.
Not bad from there. Well done. Very nice.
Slow down. Come on. Get up that hill.
That hill.
Oh, good try. Good try. Not enough.
Wind took it. Good effort.
Brett, let's bring in your general manager, Greg Clark. Greg, thanks for having us out today.
Welcome.
Tell us about how people can play out here. You have memberships available, right?
We certainly do. We've got a lot of wonderful programs. We've got a day of discovery that gives an individual an opportunity to come out and sample the club. We've got an exciting new program this year where we repositioned our entry fee pricing for golf memberships, and the club has a lot to offer with the 2 wonderful golf courses.
Yep. Thank you for having us out.
Oh, thank you.
Brett,
Glad
thanks for
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Great
appreciate
to play
it.
with you.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Dream 18.
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast, 2 words that we are hearing a lot these days: data breach, and yes, another one, this one in the travel industry.
Plus, why an autistic child is in the hospital and how a police canine was involved. 5:21 right now, a live look at Atlanta, Georgia. There's the Ferris wheel.
There's your Ferris wheel, Ray.
It's called the Sky View Atlanta. It's a 20-story Ferris wheel in Centennial Park.
Can we just add this one to your travel bucket list?
I'd like to be on that thing.
All right, we're going to put this one right on the list. You are watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny had been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
When it comes to drinking, what do you think moderation is? The U.S. Dietary Guidelines define moderation as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 drinks a day for men. So what's a drink? The guidelines say a drink equals 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, or a cocktail with 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits. Each contains the same amount of alcohol. Like to learn more? Visit drinkinmoderation.org.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
A North Carolina teen with disabilities is in the hospital this morning after a brush with a police canine.
Police responded to a call of a missing 13-year-old Tuesday night. Police said the boy's grandmother told them her grandson had left the house after he became upset about a video game issue. She said the teen is on the autism spectrum and has an ADHD as well. So in response, the department deployed their canine unit to try to track him down. Well, they did. They found him about 30 feet from home in some brush. The department acknowledges the teen suffered injuries from the canine.
A Houston judge has sentenced a man convicted of looting during Hurricane Harvey to 20 years in prison. 38-year-old Thomas Gamelin right here. He was found guilty of stealing $5,200 worth of televisions and cigarettes from a Walmart that was closed during last summer's storm. Police actually saw him stealing 1 television at one point, and he was caught on surveillance video stealing many more. He was also on parole at the time for a drug conviction. And another day to breach. Delta is the latest major company to be hit with one.
ABC's Candace Gibson and Diane Macedo have details in Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, a data breach at Delta.
The airline admits some customers' payment information may have been compromised. Delta says the cyber attack took place over 2 weeks last fall and that no other personal data was involved. The company will make up for any unauthorized purchases because of the breach. Apple is reportedly developing an iPhone with a curved screen and touchless controls.
Bloomberg reports users will be able to move a finger close to the screen to carry out various functions, and the display would curve inward from top to bottom. And Tinder is jumping onto the Boomerang bandwagon.
The dating app is testing Tinder Loops in Canada. Users can upload videos from their iPhones and trim them into 2-second loops inside the app. No word on when or if it's coming to users in the U.S.
And those are your Tech Bites.
I'll practice my loop.
Yay!
Tech Bites, brought to you by Frigidaire.
The recipe for Sarah's superific birthday party. First, get Frigidaire's smudge-proof black stainless steel. Now, choose a theme. Then, stock up. Hire a clown. A pirate clown? Ugh, no. Uh-oh. Treats ahoy! We're celebrating our 100th anniversary with a blowout sale. Hurry to participating retailers for up to 40% off select appliances. Frigidaire, celebrating 100 years of appliance innovation.
This is the Diet Pepsi that was right for Ray and looks good in a can, in a bottle, or an extreme close-up. This is the Diet Pepsi your mom drank when she was young and drinks now that she's...
Don't you dare.
This is the Diet Pepsi that is always the right one.
What if there were a cleaner that didn't have the harsh ingredients of other cleaners and killed 99.9% of germs with only 3 ingredients? There is. New Lysol Daily Cleanser. What it takes to protect.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
A promise was made, a promise that hit the beaches of Normandy, a vow that captured Iwo Jima, a contract that weathered Tet, a pledge that stormed the desert in Iraq, an IOU that braved IEDs in Kandahar. A promise was made to America's veterans. DAV fights to keep that promise, so all veterans and their families get the benefits and support they earned. For help, visit DAV.org.
There was this big bruise on my friend's face. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to think her own nephew could have hit her.
I didn't want to see it. My mother's bank account was emptied, and a caregiver had taken control of it.
I didn't want to see it. My father's refrigerator. There was hardly anything in it. That's unusual for him.
It's tough to see that a senior citizen is being abused, physically, emotionally, sexually, or financially. Elder abuse is a crime.
So see the signs. Stop the crimes.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
We've all heard how military veterans adjusting to the civilian world may have certain issues.
30. 70.
If only everyone had this issue. No matter what challenge they face, Easter Seals is here for America's veterans.
Thanks to all of you who participated in ABC7's Caribbean Cruise Giveaway Contest. Join us as we celebrate our grand prize winner, Joyce Fakowski of Northport. Married for 13 years in June, Joy and her husband, Don, are excited to celebrate their anniversary on a spectacular 7-night luxury Caribbean cruise for two. Congratulations, Joy and Don. Bon voyage. ABC7, we're here for you.
Get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5.
Almost 40 million more. That's just how many more Facebook users may have been actually affected by the latest data breach.
The number of crashes on the Suncoast has gone up, and it's believed distracted driving is the cause. We're telling you about a few apps to help you stay focused on the road.
And we'll tell you how a Sarasota beach is getting more sand, but is it enough? Those stories in John's forecast right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 5:30.
Good morning to you, and welcome to Thursday, April 5th. Thanks for waking up with us this morning here on Good Morning Suncoast. I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. Dry weather continues. Let's get the forecast now from John Scalzi.
Indeed it does. A big ridge of high pressure building in behind the front that moved through yesterday and really didn't bring us much in the way of any kind of rainfall at all. But we will see some of that drier air make it feel more comfortable today, I think, even though the temperatures are not going to be affected all that much by the frontal boundary itself. Or we'll still be in the 80s today, but it'll feel a little bit crisper, I think, as we head into the afternoon. Right now, we have some rain showers over on the other coast. Well, actually, off the other coast out in the Atlantic, and we really won't see them get any closer to us than that. We stay dry through the morning rush and through the morning trip home as well. Temperatures will generally be in the upper 60s during these morning hours, pre-dawn hours. As dawn breaks, we'll rapidly move into the 70s. Right now we're at 66 Lakewood Ranch, 65 Parish, Bradenton at 66, and in Sarasota 68 degrees. The forecast for today calls for a daytime high that tops out mild around the 81 mark with plenty of sunshine. In fact, it should be pretty much wall-to-wall sunshine this afternoon. Complete forecast coming up in a few.
All right, talk to you soon, John. Let's check the roads. Manatee County showing some early build up there on 301 northbound after you get past State Road 70. Also 14th Street West, also known as US 41, southbound around Bayshore Gardens. Some issues there. Checking farther south now in the upper half of Sarasota County, University Parkway, eastbound around, well, I guess that's about almost to Honore after Tuttle. And otherwise clear in that section of Sarasota County. Checking our final map to the south, we'll see that is all clear at 5:32 on this Thursday morning.
Well, texting while driving, Facebooking while driving, changing the radio station, it all takes your attention away from the road, and it's a problem that's on the rise here.
Here on the Suncoast, distracted driving has increased by 25% in the past 5 years alone. Marla Spence is live with why these numbers keep on going up. Marla?
Good morning, guys. When people hop behind the wheel of their car, they're aware of distracted driving and its consequences, but they still use these and don't think that it'll get them into an accident. According to the Florida Highway Patrol, they say women putting on makeup, people eating, looking at their radio or GPS, and using their cell phones are the top distractors. We spoke to a driving instructor who's been teaching for about 7 years, and he says people don't realize how far and how fast they're going, all while their eyes are off the road.
When you're driving along and you take your eyes off of the road for 1 second at this speed, you go down 50 feet down the road blind, in essence. If you do it at 70 miles an hour, you go 1/3 of the length of a football field. In 3 seconds, you go the length of a football field.
There are a few apps that can help you keep your eyes off your device and focus on the road. They are Drive Safe Mode, Cell Control, and Live to Text. All of these apps will disable or block text messages from coming through on your phone when you're driving. I'm Marla Spence reporting live for ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Marla, for the latest on this story and breaking news and the forecast. Check out our app under WWSB or under the words My Suncoast.
Well, it has not been a good few weeks for Facebook. CEO Mark Zuckerberg will now be adding a second day that he's going to be testifying before Congress.
And we're learning that more Facebook users may have had their data shared without their knowledge. ABC's Candace Gibson has the story.
This morning, Cambridge Analytica is denying a report by Facebook, which now says the political consulting firm improperly obtained the data of 87 million users, most of them Americans, far more than the 50 million originally reported.
These are big issues. This is a big shift for us.
CEO Mark Zuckerberg is now acknowledging that fixing the company's security issues will be a multi-year effort, and that not enough was done to protect users' privacy.
We didn't take a broad enough view of what our responsibility is, and that was a huge mistake. It was my mistake.
Zuckerberg's admission comes 1 week before he's set to testify for the first time before Congress. He'll sit down before 2 Senate committees on April 10th. Facebook has been in crisis mode, its stock plunging after it revealed that Cambridge Analytica misused information from Facebook users as part of the consulting firm's work with the Trump campaign. The site has announced several changes to address user privacy concerns, saying it'll now restrict access for third-party apps, delete phone and text logs after 1 year, and on Monday, Facebook will add a new option at the top of each user's news feed, allowing you to review which apps have access to your personal information. Candace Gibson, ABC News, New York.
Well, it is not often that you hear about a beach that needs more sand, but it is the goal of a new project at Lido Key Beach and much needed. Sarasota City Commissioners voted this week to hire a contractor to do design and testing work for a short-term fix to all that beach erosion. The city plans to take sand from New Pass just north of Lido Key. Engineers say that design work should be finished by the spring and the sand will be added later on this year.
Right, so we're working on doing an interim project similar to what we did after Tropical Storm Debbie. It was a small project. We don't have a lot of sand to use, but whatever sand is available and New Pass Channel we'll be putting on the beach. We have a joint permit with Longboat. Longboat took sand the first time and now the channel is filled in, and so it'll be the city's turn to take the sand from there.
Now, this has been a big problem for this beach. So the city of Sarasota and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers want to dredge 1 million cubic yards of sand from Big Pass in between Lido and Siesta Key. But opponents on Siesta Key have sued to block that project, and that case, of course, is ongoing.
After a rise in homelessness in Venice, that city looking to adopt a Sarasota County ordinance now. Some residents have reported seeing more homeless in the Venice area. Sarasota County's new life-sustaining ordinance is designed to provide more help for the homeless population by helping transition them into a free shelter. There they can help find a job as well. So far, the city of Sarasota follows that ordinance, and today, Mayor Venice says he'd like to consider it as well.
I'm very much in favor of a positive movement to end homelessness, but for us to be involved in it, not for us to be billed for it.
Well, the Venice City Council would have to vote to adopt the ordinance, and no vote is scheduled at this time.
Also happening in Venice, an $18 million road project is finally finished. Over 70 miles of road that was in bad condition is now repaired and resurfaced. The project also included extensive sidewalk and curbing repairs. According to a City Hall representative, more paving projects are in the works, including some streets in the downtown area.
One of the biggest restaurants in Lakewood Ranch is closing their doors and laying off dozens of workers. Polo Grill and Bar has announced that it will not renew their lease. The restaurant is a large part of Main Street in Lakewood Ranch. It's been open for 10 years there. The ballroom will remain open through mid-May. Owners say they've hosted 900 events per year. No word yet as to who could take over that space.
Well, you are going to need a bigger boat. Police patrolling in a boat off the coast of Australia picked up more than, a usual stranded surfer. How about this big great white shark? That's right. Check this out. The great white was just getting a little closer and a little closer to check things out before swimming away. Now, police, of course, were just there on routine patrol. Nothing to see right there. But I have a feeling that that little encounter probably felt anything but routine. And is it just me, or is that shark just about the size of that boat?
Wow.
I was looking at that. I've watched it a couple times now, and I'm like, when I see it swim away, I'm like, that thing is about the size of the boat.
That's a pretty even match, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
I feel like the police need a bigger boat, especially in Australia, where you do see come in encounter with a lot of sharks.
That's true. So, the latest in First Alert traffic, and
we are in the midst of gator mating season. That is true. From sharks to gators, what officials are reminding families here on the Sun Coast to do. to keep themselves safe, their pets safe, and what happens if they're on your property.
And here's a live look outside our window at the Ringling Causeway as we pull back there and show the Renaissance and Alinari on the right, 2 condos, also the Ritz-Carlton toward the left. Pretty shot there, all well lit. Another nice day, John Scalzi?
Yes, indeed. Should be a mostly sunny day, beautiful day. We had 2 gators on our property yesterday. Yeah, one looked like a little baby. Anyway, yeah, we're looking at some very pleasant conditions with temperatures that will generally, for the pickup today, run in the mid-60s. And then as you drop the kids off at the bus stop later today, it'll probably be in the low 80s. Plenty of sunshine, no rain in either time period, so it looks pretty good for them. As far as the chance of an outside recess, it's 10 out of 10 today. Breezy, sunny skies, nice. We'll talk about the forecast coming up in a few.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Who else has been taking your prescriptions? Keep your medicine and your family safe and secure. Mind your meds. To learn how we can help, visit the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids at drugfree.org.
You now have the power to prioritize your Facebook feed and get local news and information from the team you trust. Go to the ABC7 Sarasota page on Facebook. Give us a like, then click following and choose See First. That's it. Customize even more by choosing notifications. Choose breaking news, posts, live videos, anything you want to see in real time. Take control of your newsfeed and stay connected to what's happening in your community with ABC7 on Facebook.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Hi, I'm Janelle Hale, founder and CEO of the National Breast Cancer Foundation. No one should face breast cancer alone. When I was diagnosed 36 years ago, there was no internet, and I had to make a decision with little information. Early detection saved my life. It could save yours too. To learn what every woman needs to know about breast cancer, visit nbcf.org/hope.
Selfless service is the principle that guides Army National Guard soldiers to be ready whenever disaster strikes. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times. Selfless service. It's what inspires the men and women of the Army National Guard to be part of something greater than themselves. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device. Meteorologist John Scalzi.
Nice start to the morning. Our temperature is about the same as it was 24 hours ago, coming in at 68 degrees, but the dew point, that's what's fallen just a little bit. Now it's 62, so it feels a little more comfortable out there. The humidity is a little bit lower. In fact, it's at 81%. Yesterday it was, as you recall, 100% relative humidity. So the north wind responsible for that, making it feel kind of nice out there, a little breezy as well. So it should be a very pleasant morning, and even in the afternoon, I think we'll continue to see those lower dew points. It'll get even drier as we head into the next 6 hours or so. So 67 degrees in Wauchula, Myakka, Arcadia coming in at 68, so is Northport, Venice, Sarasota. Parrish comes in at 66, Bradenton the same, and Lakewood Ranch at 67. Longbow Key comes in at 68 degrees. We'll watch our temperatures continue to rise as we head into the afternoon after dawn breaks, up to about 81 degrees under mostly sunny skies and a nice, beautiful, breezy afternoon with low relative humidity. Maybe a few fair weather clouds in the afternoon, but just a few, and certainly no rainfall whatsoever. That is not possible at all. The relative humidities are going to be such that they'll be just below the criteria necessary to issue a red flag warning for fire danger. But still, be careful with flame out there, of course, because winds will be a little bit breezy and that humidity will be low. North wind coming in throughout the day today. Temperatures generally in the 60s to start the day. Not much in the way of cloud cover around. Plenty of sunshine through the afternoon. Temperatures lift into the 80s as we head into the afternoon, maybe in inland areas in the mid-80s even. And then as we head into the evening hours, we'll see those temperatures fall back into the 70s. Should be a beautiful sunset tonight. Maybe a few fair weather clouds back to the west. We'll see a little trough of low pressure develop that could cause a few partly cloudy overnight skies. Otherwise, certainly no rainfall around, no fog issues tomorrow morning, I don't think. And as we head into the next couple of days, very warm, mild afternoons. So the frontal boundary has sunk south right now. It's south of us. It is spawning a few showers over on the Atlantic side. Nothing here on the Gulf side, and really don't expect to see that. As we watch our area radars this afternoon, you're not going to see much. In fact, I don't even think you'll see much of a sea breeze develop this afternoon. Winds will be kind of breezy out of the north. There's our frontal boundary. It continues to be pushed south as high pressure builds in. Back to the west, there's another area of low pressure. That area of low pressure will advance, dragging a cold front through here on Saturday night. As that front comes through on Saturday night, it stalls out to our south, lifts back north as a warm front. That brings us a chance of rain Saturday night and into Sunday. Then another system will approach us on Monday into Tuesday with another chance of rainfall. So we have a series of systems that will be moving through over the next 5 days that give us a chance of seeing some of the much needed rain that we need across the state of Florida. None of them terribly strong systems. None of them I anticipate severe weather to be produced by. But maybe we pick up a quarter inch of rainfall perhaps. High pressure, at least over the next several days, though, will be our driver. Will bring us the sunshine, bring us the breezy wind today and possibly tomorrow as well. Mild conditions with temperatures in the 80s. Rain-free skies at least through Saturday afternoon, probably into Saturday evening with the rain starting after dark. And then we'll watch the next rain chance, as I mentioned, on Saturday night, but also again on Monday and Tuesday, there's a chance of some rainfall. Our thunderstorm outlook across the nation, well, there's the potential for thunderstorms, but non-severe in nature back to the west, thankfully. And then the southern tip of the state might have an isolated thunderstorm or two. But for us, we're not going to see any rain around here. But as I mentioned, maybe Miami gets a thunderstorm a little bit later on today as that front works closer to them toward time of maximum heating. The long-range futurecast shows that on Saturday we get those showers moving in late in the day. Those showers will be part of a frontal system that'll stall down to our south and then return back north with a little chance of rain. Then on Monday night, another frontal boundary will approach. That one kind of lingers around and brings us a chance of a Tuesday rain shower as well. So forecast looks like this for boating. North wind coming in about 5 to 10 during the afternoon, kind of breezier during the evening hours at about 10 to 15. That'll bring us a light chop today. Nice day out on the waters, I think, just a little bit breezy at times. Watch for that. 81, our forecast high today. 83 tomorrow, a couple of beautiful sunny days. Saturday, maybe a few more clouds around, but still, I think Saturday, a pretty nice day. Chance of rain showers, yes, that's Saturday night into Sunday morning. And then we clear out for the second half of Sunday. So our rain showers come overnight on the weekend, and most of the weekend looks great. Then as we head into Monday and Tuesday, we get that chance of rain showers as well. But temperatures remain warm right straight through the 7 days. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside. Your first alert traffic out there this morning. The roads are looking pretty good out there at time. We're having our typical slowdowns around 301 and State Road 70 in Manatee County. If we're heading into Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad just yet. Little slowdown right there on University Parkway as well as Bee Ridge Road, but not much to see around this time of the morning. Heading a little farther south in the area, those roads are running pretty clear, and a little farther even more south than that. Those roads are looking pretty decent too. That is 549 with your first alert traffic. And cherry trees in the nation's capital are now expected to be in full bloom starting today. An earlier prediction said the bloom was expected between April 8th and 12th, a little later because of the season's colder temperatures. But the National Park Service now says the peak will be from today through Sunday. A little history here. Those cherry trees were actually a gift from Japan way back in 1912. These days, there's an entire festival dedicated to those trees. It's actually going on right now, and they are a bona fide tourist attraction.
This might be our video of the day you're about to see. Two goats wandered off and wound up in a very unusual place. Look at this. They're on the side of a bridge on a beam. Two goats. This is in Newcastle, north of Pittsburgh. Police borrowed a crane from PennDOT. Both goats were rescued and safely returned back to their home.
How'd they get there, though? That's a question.
Uber.
Uber, okay.
Right.
Uber it is. All right, and just a heads up this morning, alligators are on the move right now. It's actually called encounter season. First comes courting season, not even kidding. Then comes mating season. Guys, you should try that, which means more chances for you to encounter one, a gator, not a man, in your backyard, or a pool right here on the Sun Coast. How's this for an unexpected pool party? This couple woke up to find an 8-foot gator had broken through their screen and ended up in the pool. Here's some video right now, some home video. Both sheriff's deputies and an alligator removal expert were brought in to help get the gator out of the pool and gently off the property.
The alligator person that was here last night said we were really lucky. He said this is the least amount of damage he's ever seen on a lanai. He said he's seen gators take down whole sides of lanais.
If you see an alligator, just keep your distance, stay away from it. It's going to move along. Of course, a situation like this, you have to make a phone call when you find one in your pool.
That's a good piece of advice right there. Some more tips. Don't feed them because it actually makes them feel less fearful of humans, and it also makes them become more aggressive because they associate us with food. And speaking of food, make sure you keep an eye on your small dogs and cats in the evenings outside. That's when gators are actually more active and out and about looking for their food.
Twice in a week. It was Nokomis last week, Lakewood Ranch this week. These are two friends of mine. They said they were sound asleep. What was that noise in the pool area? They go out and there's an 8-foot gator.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
5:52 right now. We'll recap the day's top news headlines after this.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to abilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Oh, look at the rain. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC 7 to get breaking news, plus first alert, weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC 7, we're here for you.
Here are the headlines. A Manatee County commissioner says she's going to resign her seat halfway through the term to run for the State House. Vanessa Baugh plans to run for District 73, being vacated by Joe Gruters.
Plus, it's happened again. Another gator in a pool, this time this one in Lakewood Ranch. Just a heads up, it is gator season, encounter and mating season, so keep those small pets in at night.
After 10 years on Main Street in Lakewood Ranch, the Polo Grill is closing. They'll still host events in the ballroom for the next few weeks, though.
And coming up in the next hour, just in time for breakfast, we're going to tell you which popular Sarasota restaurant just received some love from the Food Network for one of their favorite menu items.
For them. A lot of gluten-free choices there. That's why I like them.
Yes, your favorite.
5:56, much more local news headlines and John Scalzi's quick peek at the weekend forecast, all coming up right here on Good Morning Suncoast.